Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I revisit one of my favorites, the WRTA bus trip, and I prepare the oh-so-delicious St. Louis butter cake. But first, a visit with Vanessa, the relationship enhancer specialist. Well, I think you're going to really enjoy this segment. We are at Sassy Sensations, and this is the owner, Vanessa. And Vanessa, I've been wanting to stop by your place for a while, and you, I thought, explained it pretty easily. You said this is really a store for relationship enhancement.
Exactly.
You know, because people don't know what these stores are all about, and you offer just so many things from lingerie and clothing and, you know, oils and massages, but there's also like things for bachelors and bachelorette parties. I mean, you really cover a wide scope here.
One of the things I think I'm most thrilled about is when you come in, you're not going to be freaked out by the place. It's got a nice, warm boutique environment. So anybody that walks through that door, if they're brave enough, like you,
yes,
they're going to be
very brave.
You're very brave, but you're going to see it's not what maybe you think it's going to be.
Well, yeah, I think people get the wrong idea. They don't know what it's all about, and obviously you know your stuff because you also have 2 stores in the Pittsburgh area.
Exactly.
How did this journey begin for you that you got into this business?
I started doing in-home parties in the beginning and helping ladies that were uptight like myself to experience a different variety of items.
And then, so the brick and mortar, why did you think that was a good transition from the direct marketing?
I think what happened was, it's like anything else. After you've been in business for so long of something, especially in-home parties, it gets like, I've been there, done that, I need something else.
Well, then I think you're reaching more people. You know, because more people, you can't go to everyone's home.
No, you can't.
I've got to ask you a couple questions
Sure.
about specific things. These shoes.
Okay.
You sell a lot of shoes.
Yes, we do.
Why? Now these, by my standard,
Okay.
I know, you know, that I don't look at this and think, oh my God, that is so sexy. But to many men and women, they find this to be a very sexy symbol, you know, a high platform shoe. Why do you think that is?
Well, for one thing, Case, it's an easier shoe to walk in. I know people don't believe me
Yes.
when I tell them.
Yes.
But if you had a traditional stiletto, that
this would
is
be very painful.
That's a death trap. That's tough to walk
Yes.
on. But when you have something like this, it's an even
Yes.
shoe for the hill, and it's sexy. So if you got your leg coming up and you got your calf showing, your calf muscles, it's sexy.
So this is one of your favorite products, the
Yes, it is.
The Kama Sutra oils.
Love it. The oils, the powders, the massage creams, big fan of Kama Sutra.
And people need these. Why would they need these?
Because you're kind of just spicing it up in a different way through the senses, through smell, taste, visual. And so I'm gonna give you an example of that because I love these little guys, the oil of love. So we're gonna do the heel of the hand.
Okay.
So rub like this because that's a pulse point.
Okay.
You feeling the heat?
I am.
Okay. Now I want you to do haughty breath. Heat it up even more.
Okay.
Now look, tell me what you think.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, you don't need it to get so hot that your arm's gonna like burn up.
It's gonna burn up. Matchsticks.
Now, did you like it? Try it. It's so good.
Oh, taste it.
Taste it, it's edible.
Oh, my. So, with the fetish, the black leather, the lace, how much do you attribute that to 50 Shades?
Oh, a huge part of that.
Have you really seen a lot more people come in because of 50 Shades of Grey?
50
I mean, that's been years.
50 Shades helped our industry, not just me, anybody that's in the business, because it made it more acceptable. So if somebody wanted to be more adventurous, they wanted to do stuff that was outside the conventional box, then it was okay. Those folks made it okay. Like you had mentioned in the beginning, what kind of people come through that door?
Yeah,
when you're healthy, when you're healthy, and you want to spice it up. Maybe you're in a boring relationship and you're thinking, you know, if I get a sexy schoolgirl costume, for example, or I get a pair of those sexy shoes, maybe I can make things happen again. You get some Kama Sutra products. That's all well and good. But when somebody isn't healthy, we do a lot for that too. Over the years, we've gotten in with the MS Society, and because you got bladder control issues, prostate, for pumps. We do a lot. So it's not, when you're healthy and you're like, hee, and we're having fun and the titillation of it, that's great. And I love helping everybody. But I also like helping the patients that they send in for therapy.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. I am here with Rudy the Dude from the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. And Rudy, you really take Eat, Drink, Celebrate seriously.
Yes, we do, Casey. Not only in our regular pub, but we have a banquet room, party room. We seat 25 to 150. We cater for private parties, meetings, banquets, showers, reunions, you name it, we can do it. We got you covered. Private menus, special menus, anything you need, Chef Reggie can work it out for you.
I just love the idea that you have the entire room, if you need it, and a private bar. In fact, my class reunion from the Academy is going to be held at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
And we thank you guys for coming. Like I said, it's our motto is Eat, Drink, Celebrate. We like to specialize and help you out and do everything we can to make your memories last long.
Stop by. They will prove it. Here's to the Magic Tree.
Salud.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may encounter. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court. And remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life. Trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
We strive to be the best, provide the best food, the best atmosphere, and overall enjoyment of your dinner, lunch, or any kind of gathering you have that involves the upstairs restaurant. Your imagination's your only limitation. The customer understands that they're going to get the best food all the time. And it's great. Give it a try. I'm Executive Chef Tim King here at the Upstairs Restaurant. I just love food.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. Shop Rulli Brothers, home of the famous Evening Express.
Celebrate the 41st annual Mahoning Valley St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday, March 10th. Enter your group, organization, or marching band at mvstpatrickparade.com.
I'm going to make for you a very special dessert. Any time of year, the St. Louis butter cake. This stuff is delicious. I've had it every time I go to Aquapazzo. My niece Annabelle absolutely loves it. She's like, oh, can't you try to make this? So I did. I went online, there's a lot of variations. They call it the St. Louis gooey cake, the gooey butter cake, but I found a few recipes that were authentic, and they are all the ingredients you make yourself, no boxed cake mix involved with this one. So I've tried various variations. I think the cake flour works better than all-purpose flour, and it's a 2-step process, even though there is active dry yeast in this, because you have to wait for it to raise for the bottom layer, I went right ahead, even though I'm a stinky baker. But I think I got this one down. For this recipe, you'll need 2 tablespoons of lukewarm whole milk, 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg at room temperature, and 1 cup of cake flour. For the top layer, you'll need 7 tablespoons of cake flour sifted, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg at room temperature, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, and powdered sugar for garnish. Now the actual recipe calls for the milk to be 100 degrees. So what I did was put this milk in the microwave for 30 seconds. I am using my handy dandy tester here, and it shows it going to about 110. So by the time I really get to use it, it'll lighten up. So I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons out of this bowl, and it'll chill it a little bit more. And then I have the teaspoon of active dry yeast, and you just sprinkle over the warmed milk for 5 minutes. Since this is a dough, the batter, I one time tried the dough hook. I didn't think it worked very well. I think the paddle is much better. So all I'm gonna do is add the butter. I am going to add the sugar, and I'm going to add the salt. And I'm gonna put this on medium and just let it cream for about 2 or 3 minutes until it gets a little fluffy. Looks good. It's been a couple minutes. So now I am just going to add the egg and mix it until it combines for about another minute or 2. It's been about 5 minutes, so now the milk and the yeast have mixed together. Now I'll just stir it and combine it. It smells so good. All right, so now I'm gonna put this on low. And I'm gonna add 1/3 of the flour. And now I'll just add 1/2 of the milk and the yeast mixture. Let that combine. Then I'll add another 1/3 of the cake flour. I'll finish off the rest of the milk and the yeast, and then I'll finish it off with the remaining flour. And once this flour is really combined well with the rest of the dough, I am just going to put it up 2 speeds and let the dough get a little elastic. And I'm just going to take it out of the bowl. See, look at me baking. Can you believe this? A little more flour. You know, the cake flour is a lot more tender than the all-purpose. So really a beautiful dough. And I already have greased this pan over here. Let me grab it for you. And all I did was rub some coconut oil on it. And then all you do, and see, it's very nice and pliable. It's acting very nicely. It's not snapping back. And all you do is line the very bottom of an 8x8 pan. And I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap. Keep it in a warm place, and then you want it to rise for 2 hours. I know, it's a little painful. You gotta wait, but in 2 hours, this will be perfect. We'll add the top layer, and then we'll bake it. Well, the dough has risen nicely for our base layer. So now I am going to sift together the flour and the cornstarch. Okay, there we go. And I am just gonna use this nice handy dandy wax paper. I will then add the salt separately and mix that around and just mix that up. And then we'll use that when we need that for our dry ingredients. So right now, this is going to be the topping, and boy, this makes all the difference in the world. So I'm going to add the butter and the sugar back into the butter and the sugar. I am going to add the corn syrup. And then I'm gonna cream this for about 3 minutes on medium. This looks good and creamy, so I'm not even gonna stop it. I am going to add the egg and the vanilla. I'll beat this for about a minute. So first we add the dry, and I'll do about 1/3, there we go, of the flour. You know why dirty another bowl. And then I'll do this on low. Then the milk, 1 of the tablespoons. A little bit more of the flour. Another tablespoon of the milk. And last but not least, the rest of the flour. Always want to end with the dry ingredient. Mix that up. See, look how nice and creamy it is. Mix that up, and it's really light and fluffy. So now that we're gonna take the proofed dough, and we are gonna spread this along the top. Now, the only thing I'll tell you to do is save about 1/8 of an inch around the entire edge. Don't cover it completely because it sets itself up, and it really helps to make the edges, really helps to make the edges a nice golden brown when it bakes. So just leave about 1/8 of an inch of a border. All right, I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and it's going to go for 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure you check your oven at 20. You want it to be a golden brown color, and you want the middle to be set. And if not, keep adding 5 minutes. Perfectly done. Nice golden brown. The edges are perfect. See how it's in the middle, and it falls a little bit. And I would wait a good half hour to 45 minutes to let it cool down before you serve it. Now tell me, now you know it's gooey. Not gooey, but there is a little creaminess to that second layer. And tell me what you think.
It's delicious. I like it.
Does it taste like the authentic wine?
It does.
You got?
It's moist. It's creamy.
It's really good.
It is really good.
It really is. So go to my website, caseysecondfeb.com, for the St. Louis butter cake recipe. You are going to love it. I think coffee pairs perfectly with this.
Coffee, tea.
Cheers to the butter cake. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
There's a new standard in assisted living.
One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care.
Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location.
The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services.
And a truly elegant setting in Canfield.
Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
We've been in the Mahoning County for 70 years. We're not going anywhere.
Bree and I have been in this business since we were kids.
My grandpa built the business off of loyalty, honesty, and trust. My grandfather, my father, they have a legacy here.
We have learned all of these great things from both of them that, we will be sure to keep the legacy going into the fourth generation.
Get real, get Kamara.
At Rulli Brothers, the family is in the store. Meats, deli, produce, even the checkout. We work hard to ensure that you get the best products at a personal shopping experience. At Rulli Brothers Markets, our customers are our top priority. Our family is in the store.
For a while, I have wanted to do a segment on the WRTA and getting around by bus in the Mahoning Valley. And finally, I found someone who is a true bus user. Remember my buddy Staj, the artistic director for the Valley Western Reserve? Well, you're from Manhattan.
Yes.
And you don't have a car, so you really rely on this as your main means of transportation.
I do. And the other thing is, it's just a way to kind of get the pulse of any place you are, is to ride their public transportation. But it gets me to where I need to go, and I know how to do the transfers. I have all my bus schedules here.
And I think we'll go to Kravitz Deli. You in the mood for a good hot bowl of soup?
I am. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. So we're going on the number 40 Austin line right now, and we're going to transfer once we're downtown.
The bus is pretty full. People telling me that nobody rides the bus. Where are you going, Skylar?
I'm just coming from Walmart in Austin Town, going home now.
Now, will you transfer downtown like we're doing?
Yes.
I'm here with Clara, and are you a frequent bus rider?
Yes, I am.
Where do you live and how do you work this?
Downtown at the Media Plaza across from City Hall. So it's so convenient for me.
Well, I'm back here with Callie, and do you ride the bus much?
When I'm not working, so yeah.
Well, where are you headed today on this beautiful 0-degree day?
The mall.
The mall. So you're going to transfer downtown, and then you'll go out Market Street?
Yeah.
All right, so now we are at the main bus terminal downtown, and this is where all the transfers happen. And Stosh is my tour guide today, so he's going to get us. We're going to go up to Belmont Avenue and have some lunch at Kravitz's. We've got to transfer to the 38 Belmont to get up to Kravitz, and this really is a happening joy.
Yeah, it is. We have our transfers. We have to pay an extra 25 cents so we can get a transfer, and we have those in hand, and we're on our way.
So do you come in here and then you just grab all the different schedules?
Well, I grab the ones of areas that I want to go to, and then I just figure out my trip, and we're now waiting 10 minutes to have another transfer to get us back to where we started.
Now, Stosh, tell me how this works. What is the cost per trip?
Okay, if you pay in cash or coins, it would be $1.25. But if you get one of these cards, it's 15 rides for $12.50. So that's a good deal.
Now you're heading over to Aldi's.
Yeah, I'm heading over to Aldi's.
Do you use the bus quite a bit?
Oh, quite a bit, yes, quite a bit.
I mean, I'll tell you, it's really on time. It's efficient.
Yeah, I would say that much.
Where are you coming from, William?
I'm coming from my house.
I thought you were a Southsider.
Well, I live on the north side due to migration and rent costs.
Where are you headed now? You're going down to transfer?
Yes, I'm going to Boardman.
And what will you be doing in Boardman?
I'm going to the mall.
Do you like the bus?
I do not like the bus, and I'm actually banned from the bus station. You can get that on camera, so I gotta hop out at the corner.
Are you a troublemaker?
I am not a troublemaker.
Okay, now how the heck do you get banned from the bus station?
Cause my hands was cold and I be having to put them in my pants to keep warm. And he like, you sagging. Man, 30 days.
We're at our destination, Kravitz, and it's 11:25. We started at 5 till. It took us 1/2 hour with the transfer.
Yeah, it's quick. It's quick, and you can get where you want to go. And the connections are great. I mean, we would love to if it went a little longer, into the evening. But it's you can find your way around the city.
I'll tell you, I am impressed. So far, very impressed. Let's go in and get some warm, hot food. You ready, Bill? Yeah. Dana is going to wait on us today. And you know what, Dana? We took the bus here.
All right.
Do you get many people on the bus?
We do. We get a few.
And business, we're here a little earlier than, the lunch hour. But I am just thrilled that you now have full bar service. And we're going to have a little Irish coffee here. How is it going since you put beer, wine, and alcohol in the menu?
Very good. People are psyched. They're excited about it.
Well, did you make this yourself?
I did.
I'm going to check it out and let you know how you did, okay?
Sure.
All right. Cheers. Cheers. That is delicious. I feel like I'm in San Francisco at the Buena Vista. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.